All right, Queens, welcome back to the Savage Girl's Guide to Men. I'm your host, Samantha, from Samantha's Savage Wisdom. Savage truth teller and your unapologetic guide to raising the bar sky high in life and love. Now, before we dive in, I want to pause for a moment, because I need you to know how much this community means to me. Every DM, every screenshot of you ladies putting men in their place with these Savage Wisdom tips, every woman letting me know she's finally letting go of the bare minimum. That's fuel. That's why this movement is growing. We're not just building a podcast here, we're building a movement. A collective of untouchable women who refuse to settle. Women who know their worth, women that aren't afraid to walk away. And if you're brand new here, welcome. You just found your tribe. But sis, you have homework. This is episode 5. Go back and watch episodes 1 through 4 because they're nice and juicy. They've laid the foundation. They've laid the foundation because today we're talking about the next level. We're going after one of the most ridiculous, outdated, toxic conversations out there. Body count. Men who ask about it. Men who obsess over it. Men who try to measure your worth by it. And by the end of this episode, you'll never waste one more second of your energy arguing over a man over this topic again. Because you'll know the truth. Men that obsess over body count have no value. Let's talk about where body count came from. Let's start to unpack this. This obsession with body count didn't just fall from the sky. It's not random, it's not harmless. It's rooted in patriarchy and it's rooted in control. And it's tied to the idea that a woman's value is tied to her purity. And Queen's purity culture has been weaponized against women for centuries. The double standard is loud. Men are celebrated for their conquests. Men are cheered on for their experience. But the second a woman owns her past, suddenly she's damaged. Suddenly she's less than. Suddenly she's not wifey material. And here's the darker truth. Body count obsession is directly tied to misandry that men feel directed towards women. They truly believe that every time a man sleeps with a woman, their value increases. But every time a woman sleeps with a man, her value decreases. That belief system is not only misogynistic, but it's also delusional. Because it means that men are building their value off women, while simultaneously devaluing those very women. You see how it works? It's a rigged game, and it's designed to make women question themselves. But in reality, men created this game to give them control. Control over a woman's choices, control over a woman's freedom, control over women's futures, and let me be savage here. Any man that is still asking about body count in 2025, he is outdated, he is insecure. He's stuck in the past because, Queens, let me tell you something. Your past is not a problem, your past is proof. Proof you've lived and proof you've learned. Proof that you know yourself. And the very men trying to weaponize that against you, they're showing you exactly who they are. And who they are is worthless in your future. Savage Wisdom Truth Bomb. If a man is out there giving TED Talks about your history, it's because he has nothing to offer in your present. So let's make this plan. The second a man brings up body count, he disqualifies himself. Right there, he's telling you, I'm insecure. He's saying, I don't see women as full human beings. He's telling you, I am shallow and I don't understand what quality love is. Because quantity means nothing. You can sleep with one person or 100. If you show up with peace, standards, joy, and purpose, you have value. Period. But a man asking that question, he doesn't even know what real value looks like. And that's the point. Here's the real example. You're on a second date and things seem to be going really well. He leans in and asks, so what's your body count? Sis, that's not curiosity, that's a trap. He's not asking because he wants to know you. He's asking because he wants to rank you. And any man who's ranking women like collectibles isn't ready for a woman like you. Let me make it crystal clear. A high-value man isn't worried about your past. He's focused on building your future. A confident man isn't threatened by your history. He's secure enough to stand beside you now. So when a man is stuck on body count, he's telling you who he is. And who he is not worthy of your time. Savage Wisdom, when a man asks you about your body count, he's not counting you in. He's counting himself out. Now let's flip this all the way around. Imagine if women were asking men the same thing. But instead of body count, we ask about damage. How many women's hearts have you broken? How many women have you lied to? How many baby mamas are raising your children without your help? How many years of women's lives have you wasted while you're figuring it out? Let's keep it real. If we kept score that way, most men wouldn't even make the playoffs. Because here's what men don't want to admit. It's not about how many people you've slept with. It's about how you treat people after. And too many men leave destruction behind. So the hypocrisy, it's not just laughable. It's embarrassing. Men want to count numbers. Women are counting scars. Men want to rank you. Women are out here healing from the wreckage they've left. And that's the truth they don't want to face. Because if we flipped the script, men would fail. Every single time. Now let's talk about you, Queen. Here's the savage lesson. Do not ever entertain this conversation. Don't justify it. Don't explain. Don't defend yourself with numbers. Your body count is not a resume. Your worth is not a math equation. Your value cannot be measured by digits. It's measured by your peace, your energy, your standards. By the way you walk into a room and demand respect. And here's the part that's the hardest for some women to hear. When a man reveals his low value, that's not your cue to argue. That's your cue to leave. We waste too much energy trying to train these men. We debate, we explain, we beg for them to understand. But queens, listen to me. You do not debate. You do not need to explain to the unqualified. You do not waste your brilliance on a man who is showing you he doesn't deserve it. So the next time this comes up, don't flinch, smile, stand up, and exit. Now let me bring in your voices because so many of you have lived this. One listener wrote, a man asked me if my body count was higher than 5. I told him higher than 0, which means you'll never qualify. Another queen said he asked about my body count, so I asked him how many women he's ghosted after he slept with them. He didn't like that question. Exactly. These men are quick to ask questions, but when it's flipped back on them, they don't like it. And that's the thing. It's hypocrisy. And women everywhere are catching on. We see it. We're not playing that game anymore. And my advice to every woman listening, when a man asks you that, that's not really about you. It's about him, and what it reveals is ugly. Let's bring this home, because savage wisdom isn't just about dragging men. It's about building women. It's about reminding you that your life is already full, that your peace is priceless, that you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. When you stop giving your energy to low-value men, you'll start seeing how powerful your standards are. And that connects us directly to next week, episode 6. And episode 6 is a big one. The so-called "the ugly man will treat you better" lie. Yes, we're going there. Because settling for less in any package, ugly or handsome, is still settling. Queens, we don't settle here. Alright, queens, let me leave you with this. Men who talk about body counts are telling on themselves. They show you they have no depth. They're showing you they are not ready for a woman like you. Savage wisdom assignment for this week: if a man brings up body count, smile, stand tall, and know that you are the prize always. This has been the Savage Girl's Guide to Men. I am Samantha from Samantha Savage Wisdom. You can find me on TikTok for more unapologetic and savage wisdom truth bombs. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this wisdom with another queen who needs to hear this. As always, stay savage.